In we go. Okay, here we go. This is the inside of the deku tree. There are a few rooms that you don't need to go in, and a few items that you don't have to collect to complete it if you already know where you're going. Basic view, got a web in the middle, a couple of those nasty plants. Those are the vines that you can climb up, and as you can see it's a pretty high building, but it's a pretty simple structure. These things here on the left, if you don't get too close they can't reach you. Just slash it. You wait for it to attack. You can use your shield just in case. As you can see, it takes a good 3 hits to kill the bugger. Once he's dead, deku nut. Attach that to one of your C buttons, whichever one you like. Using these will stun enemies. You don't really need them a lot, but they can be a bit useful if you just want to run away. Another tip for these: you stab it. Oh. Wait for it to attack. Stab it. If you just kill it by hitting it in the head, it'll give you deku nuts. Killing it while it's stood upright gives you a stick. Another way you can do it: wait and then just double dash it. Right, so you want to go up this ladder. It's quite easy to fall off, and it's annoying having to keep on walking up stuff. So if you just make sure your camera's always where you can see where you're going. It's just a simple jump. Easy plants. There's 3 plants below us somewhere. They've usually got some hearts in. This is where she butts in. That's the only annoying thing about your fairy, when she decides to do what you want. Don't climb up these vines regardless, because there's some nasty looking stuff climbing on the walls which you can't actually get yet. This map here contains the chest. This chest contains the map even. You can take that if you want it, if you've never had it, but I know where I'm going. So. Yet again, she's going to give you more advice. Being the first dungeon, she's going to be doing that a lot. Eventually she'll shut up and let you get on with it. These guys are pretty simple. Basically, if you just Z and use your shield, they spit nuts. Once they bounce it back, and then just run reasonably close to it. Again, if he gets back, just repeat, bounce, hit, then just get near him. I'll give you a quick tip about pressing forwards. When you jump off a cliff, if you hold the control stick forwards, you'll roll when you land, reducing your damage, unless it's really high. It gives you a heart as well, just in case if he's done any damage, which is kind of nice considering he's supposed to be a bad guy. Right, here there's a couple of options. There's a big chest on the other side. This platform in front of you suspended, it will drop and shatter when you jump on it, so you can either use it now, or you can climb up the vines. I personally rather just climb up the vines. Very slingshot. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to get used to the aiming, but depending on whether I'm currently playing this on the GameCube version on my Nintendo Wii, but if you're playing on the N64, obviously the buttons are going to be slightly different. I'll equip my deku sticks as well. Deku sticks are a necessity, so don't use them up on bad guys or enemies, whatever you want to call them. There's some climbable vines to your side. Up at the top there's a chest with a heart in it if you're a bit low on health. Below there's some plants with deku seeds in it. Now again, if you've got that platform still, you can use that to get across. If you used it, there's a ladder there which you can shoot with a slingshot, like so. But again, I used the platform. Nobody in here, so just proceed back the way you came. Just get a little bit of time to get used to the aiming. Shoot the spiders down. You can shoot all 3 if you want. They give you some reasonably helpful stuff. You're going to want to try and pick up some deku nuts for your slingshot at some point, because obviously you'll have that annoying cutscene where it tells you what they are. Here we go. Hooray! Blah blah blah. Now don't get too close to the edge of the vines, otherwise you do fall off. Obviously. It's a bit tedious having to walk all the way up, but you get reasonably far before dropping off. You don't need to go far, just wait for this guy to spin round and double attack him. Now that heart is actually quite useful because even if you don't need it, it's roughly where you want to land. Aim for the web, aim for the middle. If you don't quite hit the middle and you land on the edge, you can always walk to the middle while it's bouncing down. You shift the hit switch. There's a gold sculpture here. If you're collecting them, it's 2 hits. It can be a bit tedious, but these ones are quite easy to get, so I'd suggest getting as many as you can now because you get some pretty nifty stuff later on in the game, including much bigger wallets, so you can hold up to 200 rupees. They give you a rumble stone for it'll vibrate whatever type of controller you're using when you're near a secret. Chest there contains a heart if you need it. Right. Pull out a stick, light it with the torch. Now as you can see there's a lighter area down on the floor below you, so jump on that. If you go in the water your stick will go out. Burn the web. Now because I spent a little bit of time messing around, my stick burnt out and disappeared. If you just run straight from the torch straight to the door, once the web's burned out, if you jam the A button you can usually put a stick away before it burns out. There's another gold sculpture up on the webbing just up there at the back. Again, another deku shrub. Bounce, hit. If you predict where he's going to bounce, you can usually get close enough. Right, this guy's going to teach you a 3-digit number that you'll need to remember. It's the order that you have to kill his brothers later on, which is 3, 2, 1. Pick the heart up if you need it. I'm going to kill these just for rupees, or deku nuts, or hearts. It's all randomly generated. Alright, this bit's a bit of a pain in the ass. Navi's going to give you some pointless advice again. Right, dive straight in. Don't worry, the spikes can't get to you. Right, on the left side once you've walked in the middle there's a switch. You just dive and push it. The water level drops. Now that platform's on its way to the other side, so I was a bit unlucky, but you can sit there and time it if you want, but usually there'll be enough time. Just jump straight on. As long as you don't cock it up, you should be able to do it first time. As soon as you get reasonably close, just jump to the other side. If you don't lower the water level, you will get hit by the spikes, and you can't get hit by swimming. Again, just wait for him to turn around. Just going to give you a quick bit of advice again on how to drag a block or to jump on top of it. Pretty simple stuff. I don't think you have to drag it all the way if you don't want to.